Hi, David. How's it going?
Hi. Good, thanks. Yep.
Yeah, just a little bit of introduction. I'm Maxine, the new COO of Profitable Designer. Just want to hop on and see how you're doing inside the program. So for everybody who hasn't get the chance to get to know you, can you give us a little bit of a quick intro on who you are, the type of design that you do,
Yeah,
and
sure. I was
yeah, sorry,
don't
go
know.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I started so I was running freelance graphic designer.co.uk. So I've been a graphic designer since I sort of graduated really, but I quit my job in 2007 and was self-employed to that point. So from 2007 until 2021, I was just a freelance graphic designer. So, but I'd had worked on some big projects, some big clients, but they're few and far between. But it was all about, selling my time for money. And I knew that that was not the way to go. And when Fiverr started getting established, I was thinking, oh, writing's on the wall for freelance graphic designers, right? And even though I was still doing okay, and I was still earning pretty good money considering, I knew that I had to change. And Patrick's course, an advert popped up for Patrick's thing. I watched his short training video, and I was just like, yeah, this is it. This is the path. I don't want to exchange time for money. I need to work on a high value service. And that was it. And I signed up pretty quickly, joined the program, went through the whole course, and then I established a new brand. And I went, and the thing with Patrick, it was to go through my historic projects and work out what was the highest value transformation that I could deliver. And it was working with companies that had got investment or had gotten big projects. For example, I did lots of pitch decks for the BBC and other big brands. And so I had a whole lot of experience in pitch decks, communication, design, documentation, also the narrative. But then to transform that into a high value product, okay, well, what's that? It was all about transformations. What's the biggest transformation that I could give? Well, a company that had no funding and then a company that has £1 million of funding is a big change, right? So that is something that I can easily talk about. It's a transformation that I can sell to someone. Do you want that outcome? And that was what it was all about, really. So I went through the program and formed the brand, which is now called Scrub the Deck. And I formed that pretty quickly. Got a website up. One of the great things that Patrick did, because we're all designers and we're all super anal about every little detail, he was like the first person to just smash that, just get it out there, because you don't know if it's going to be any good, you don't know if it's going to be popular. And the first couple of ideas I had did just completely bomb, but then I landed on this investment thing, and I got lots of people saying, yeah, I'm interested in that. And because I had the website up and I was able to be super agile and got it up really quickly, it was there. And I haven't changed the website since. I do actually really want to change the website now and get something decent, but 3 years down the line, this is my career now, and I don't do graphic. I barely do any design work now. I'm more of a consultant, so I'm consulting and I've got some good results now, which I could talk about. And just pushing on through the program. I'm always learning stuff all the time. I go on all the calls. The network's fantastic as well. So just talking to everyone in the network. We have our own little mini networks within it as well. So it's just been amazing, a complete transformation in what I've done.
That's amazing to hear, David. And what would you say is the kind of results that you've seen ever since you start implementing the strategies and the thinking inside the program?
Well, I think that it is the result that I'm selling. So just to focus on that transformation, that result makes everything a lot easier. So it makes me easier to do outreach. Do you want this outcome? It's a very simple yes and no question. So when I do a cold email outreach, it's like, are you looking for investment? Most people aren't, but the people that are, it leads to a call. People are interested. So that just focusing on that result has been transformative for me, because I can then look to deliver that result. I've got something tangible to talk about. It's not just like, oh, do you want a nice looking design, or do you want a new brand? Do you want a new logo? Do you want a new website? It's like all this generic stuff where it's like, well, okay, yeah, maybe it would make a difference to my business, maybe it wouldn't. You know, a lot of people don't even see the value of branding. You know, they think, oh, if the logo looks better, maybe it'll add a bit more value, but it's not really a tangible outcome. Whereas having something black and white, like, well, I didn't have investment and now I do have investment, and
Mm-hmm.
then having testimonials of people going, yes, I've got investment, or now I've got £500,000 and the business is taking off, and you know, thank you very much, David. And you know what I mean? It's just like, it's a completely different animal.
I gotcha. It sounds like you've really show your clients where your values lies and then help them gain a lot in their business just through your design consulting. And in terms of revenue, what type of growth have you seen ever since you start implementing these strategies?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing was to just get the new business level with the old business. You know, considering how it's now completely different. You know, like before, it was kind of easy, it's kind of relaxing. Now I've got to spend a lot of time marketing the new product, but this new product has got the capacity to be much bigger. So I think for when you're starting any new business, you know, just to sort of make any money is good, because you're really up against it on every factor, you know. But now I'm further ahead. I'm looking to progress into, you know, push into sort of six figures and beyond.
Gotcha. And what would you say has been the biggest aha moment have you had ever since being in the program?
There's been so many. There's been it happens all the time. Um, I mean, just the delivering the result, and that the clients are all, everyone, no matter what you do, you're always focused on the result. And the problem is with a lot of businesses and designers or consultants, they're all so super conscious about the process. Like, this is our process, this is the process, this, and they're all about these adjectives about how you explain what you do, and no one cares about that. And one of the great examples Patrick gave, which I use all the time, which is like, you know, if you want to go to Barbados, you know, the only way really to go to Barbados is to get on a plane. No one really wants to go on a plane, but that's the vehicle. But the people who sell holidays, they don't say, oh, you can go on a plane, we're going to take you on a plane. They just put you on the beach. You're in there. You just
Hmm.
want the result. You want the end tangible outcome. So it's just about that, just focusing always on that. They don't care about the process.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And how has this changed the way you look at your business moving forward with everything you've learned?
Um, well, I'm learning all the time. I'm reading books. I'm just on a completely different career trajectory now. So it's just there's a lot to learn. I mean, the deeper you get into a new sector, the more you realize how much more there is to learn. So this whole thing, I mean, when I started, I was all like guns blazing and like super arrogant and ignorant about everything. I thought it was really easy. Now I'm a couple of years down, like, okay, it's not easy. There's a hell of a lot to learn. Things
Yeah.
like imposter syndrome get worse the more you learn, because then you realize how much more there is to learn, and
Hmm.
eventually that kind of goes away. So I'm just you know, learning everything I need to know in this business. But now I've got an established brand. I'm posting content all the time. You know, I've got a YouTube channel. I've got a whole school program that I've done, training program that I've done, which I'm now selling. So I've got three
Hmm.
different tiers of the service I'm selling. That's only just started this year. And it's something Patrick told me about ages ago, and it was a really good idea, but it's taken me this long to kind of implement it. But yeah, loads of stuff, loads of stuff.
Well, it's really it's been amazing to listen to your journey. And is there anything else you'd like to say about the program for somebody who's considering joining?
Well, if they were in the same position as me, which was selling time for money, it's not the way forward. And certainly as I was getting into my 40s, it was like, I can't be a freelance designer, you know. So I think that if you're looking to transition to selling a productized service, or to become more of a niche expert and sort of a niche leader, this is the course that will do it. If you're kind of happy just, you know, selling your time for money, doing any odd projects coming in, that's fine. But I don't think that's not a way to get wealthy. It's not a way to get successful. I think you're kind of falling further behind. So if you're in the same position as me, and you're sort of seeing the writings on the wall, and that's not the way forward, and the way forward is to actually properly run a business. I mean, this is like a business now, whereas before I was just a sort of a tool, and I've checked what I was a tool. Clients are picking me up and going bang, 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 bang. Like, do this website, do this logo. They were telling me what to do. Now
Yeah.
what I've got is more of a machine. I'm a machine now. I tell them what to do. This is the process. This is how the machine works. Do you want to be a part of this? And this is the result that comes out on the end of the machine. So if you guys and girls want to be machines, then sign up to this course, because it will make you an absolute machine.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your tips. Well, I really appreciate your time today, and I'll see you inside the
Pleasure.
program. Amazing.
Absolutely,
Thank you
yeah.
so much. Sweet.
Cool.
Have a good one.